All right, so here we are on this beautiful Wednesday evening here.
Oh, it's nice out here. The breeze blowing.
We're in Osage County in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Behind us is this little green belt behind the historic Whiting Hotel. Here on historic Pawhuska. Is there a deer behind us?
There's a deer.
For real?
Yep.
Yeah, I just saw him walking.
All right, so we got deer, obviously, back here. Possibly hairy man. So we're here, just going to have a nice little evening. We're going to chill out here on the back hill.
There's a deer.
There's a deer.
You can't see him through the wood, but he's up there.
Does he wear too much pants?
Oh. So we're gonna chill out this evening, just have a little What's Up Doc episode with Scott here and the Trotters. We got Xander and Zara, and we got a little Dale Shoal over here.
There, DP.
Dale Shoal. Dale, you want to come up here and get over here on your dad's side?
Here comes DP, him and RC. They got this thing.
That's all right.
DP
Rooster
and
Cogburn,
RC.
come on around. There he is, old Dale. Come on, there he is.
He's an outlaw like his dad. You got to watch
No,
these
I'm
kids.
not. I'm a clean room
You
person.
are a good boy.
Clean room person. All right, Dale. So they're going to go in the house and play some video games. Mom will be here in just a little bit, so we got a pork loin smoking over there. So, all right, guys.
Good pork loin.
Go have some fun. Thank you. But so we're going to sit here and kind of chill for a few minutes, and I was going to bring up something here. We're going to talk a little bit about cars. And here in Pawhuska, Oklahoma, back in the 1920s, everybody kind of knows a little bit about this history here. And, the Osage people were some of the richest people in the world, and so many things was going on here in the 20s. And here we had, at one time in 1924, we had 8 car dealerships. At one point, 8 car dealerships in this one town. It's a little rural community out here in the middle of the prairie. And one of them was the very first Rolls-Royce dealership this side of the Mississippi.
Yep.
Very first. So many firsts here in just this unique county. The Boy Scouts of America started in 1909. I know they've had problems, but my gosh, who hadn't?
Oh, yeah.
But here it originated in this town with this weird history that correlated with so many things throughout our history. The stories of, I believe, Ford making the cars, and then Osage writing a letter about wanting colored vehicles. Have you heard this one?
No, I haven't heard of one.
Oh, yeah,
one
supposedly.
color to them besides
Yes,
black.
because at that time
Basic
the only
black.
vehicle colors were available were black,
That is it.
and black is beautiful. I love it, but
Ain't it all?
people wanted some color, so they put in a letter to, I believe, Ford himself, and this, we got color. I could probably, I'd be wrong. There's plenty of car people out there who know a lot more than I do, but I heard the first car color was possibly like a robin's egg blue, which is something in
that'd
and
be a
around.
pretty blue like your shirt.
Something, I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I want to say there was something to do with that robin's egg blue color.
They're kind of a turquoise color, that blue.
Yeah,
No,
really cool.
Kind of a light blue, but really pretty.
You know what's funny? I always think of these colors, how they describe colors too, and how I was an ad agency for years and had all these different things with people coming up, and they wanted this color pink. It's this reddish pink color, and it's salmon. Salmon. What? Okay, with pink with a little bit of red on
With
it.
that salmon lip.
Right, but everybody kind
Salmon
of
red.
gets these weird names. I'll tell you my
And it's
favorite.
red.
Now, everybody has had like a favorite color of car, right? I'm sure your favorite color, you know what it is. Mine was this blue, but I had an experience at a car lot. I remember seeing this car. It was gorgeous, but the color on it was antelope fire mist.
And what color would that be? Brown, green, antelope fire mist. Maybe like the color of the antelope?
What color would that be?
Kind of a blondish, reddish hair on the back, red turned to white in the belly.
Well, I like that color scheme, but it was maroon.
It was maroon.
Maroon.
Okay, I was thinking of a color of an antelope.
Yeah, of course. Fire, yellow mist, white. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
Pretty
crazy.
car.
What's your favorite color of a car?
My favorite color of a car is red. I don't know why. Red.
Not rust.
No. I've got a few of those. I had my rusty ride.
Yeah.
But
What was
they
that?
kept going.
What was that old rusty truck on that cartoon with cars and stuff? Was it Mater or Tomater or something like
Tomater.
that? Tomater.
Let's get her done. Old Tomater, he always knew how to drive backwards. He's the world's best back driver there ever was in the world. But
Does Dale like?
Dale loves Tomater. Everybody out there, all you kids know who Tomater is.
No. Now wait a minute. Did Am I picking up something here on cars? His name is Dale, your son?
Yes.
Okay, there's got to be something to that, obviously, to do with cars.
Do it a lot more than that. It got to do with Dale Earnhardt.
Let's hear it.
Well, see, my son was born. Earnhardt passed away, and Earnhardt probably did a lot more for me than he knows. And that's a whole nother story. That can be a long story. But anyway, I've been an Earnhardt fan since the 70s and 80s, and I've been watching him. And I watched him die on the 500. But let me tell you what, he never give up a race. He never give up a fight. And if he got in his way, you might as well just forget it, because you're going in the wall most of the time. Because let me tell you one little trip he did. The best spin out in NASCAR history, and I can guarantee it, everybody out there's NASCAR fans are going to agree with me. They got mad and booed Earnhardt that night at Bristol Motor Speedway. Do you fans remember that night whenever he was in the last lap? Ain't led a lap all night, but it come to the end. When he got up there, who'd he get behind? The number 5 of the Kellogg's car, Taylor the body. Well, now he's on his bumper. Last lap. 3, he's coming up. Turn 3, he spins him off into the wall. He spins out. Earnhardt makes it around the spin. Don't get wrecked. Makes the checkered flag, wins the race, and he says, well, I meant to just rattle his cage a little bit, but I didn't mean to do that. It was just, he just got loose. But you know good and well Earnhardt spun him out for the win. It was for the win. The money lap's the money lap. You don't get in the way of the man with the money lap. So he got his money. Labonte lost the race. Pissed off Earnhardt fans for a change. If you ain't ever heard anybody cussing Earnhardt, they were that night. So, but I was cheering him on. I was like, that's my boy, keep digging. But that was just one of the Earnhardt antics that he would do. Because when he got in the car, when he put the helmet on, it's like when Ned Pepper takes off his hat, he turns on the right. But when he puts on the hat, it's like a switch. Flips on the switch, turn into something else, and he has no friends on the track.
Ooh, so we got a Dale Earnhardt and a Ned Pepper kind of correlation thing going?
Yeah, I probably get a little bit of that Earnhardt. He was a country boy. He worked farms. He's a hard worker.
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt had his own place. Family man. Once he got settled, he became a good family man. Had Dale Jr.
But you were inspired by this man, correct?
Yes, I was inspired by this man to the point that he don't know. He probably saved me from things that I was doing to myself, that I changed my ways. And the first time I got to see him drive was the third race before he ever died.
But what is it
so
that he showed you?
I got to see him 3 races before he passed away, and I'm all about the 3. So that was the 3 of his car. I got to see the 3 races live that I first got to go to at Texas. And when he died at Daytona 500, Thursday morning we drove all night Wednesday that week, and we ended up in Kannapolis, North Carolina, and Asheville come into town. And we went to Earnhardt's churches. We got flowers. We honored him. We signed books at Charlotte. We signed books at his house. We signed books at the Garage Mahal. All you Earnhardt fans know what that is. That's the biggest NASCAR garage in history. It's why they call it the Garage Mahal, because it's as big as the Taj Mahal. And if you know what the Taj Mahal is, it's big. And let me tell you what, he knew how to get his cars ready, and he had a particular way to get them done. But he never gave up. But I honored him by going and seeing him that week, and we went to a race that week. And actually, Ned Pepper got interviewed on ESPN Classic. I was the 3rd interview into Earnhardt's tribute at North Carolina, The Rock. And it was the most proud moment of my life to talk about my driver that day and tell him why we were there. And they really appreciated a couple of Okies that drove all night to North Carolina to pay honor to somebody I never met.
Representing Oklahoma.
But representing and taking care of things like that. But I got other driver stories. You know, there's all kinds of crazy stuff out there in NASCAR.
So I kind of almost interrupted or tried to. I apologize. But what did he teach you? What was the main lesson you were learning? Is it don't ever give up?
Don't ever give up. Keep digging. You might finish last, but there's that day you're going to finish first because you didn't give up. If you don't give up, you'll be all right. But if you give up, that first place is going to get farther and back and back. And I've seen those guys go lap down. Lap down means you're going backwards. Well, we don't want to go backwards. We want to go forward. So you keep digging.
Keep going forward.
No matter what's on this world today,
move forward.
NASCAR is going through some turmoil with my driver, Bubba Wallace. Shout out to Bubba. We love you, brother. Keep digging that 43
Bubba.
for Richard Petty. I'll pull for you. Always have pulled for you. You're a great driver. And I'll be seeing you at the track one of these days because I go to those races, buddy. And you're doing good. I love those finishes you're bringing us, too. I love that Talladega run. You had a good run. You were up front. You looked good and had positivity. So keep digging. And, Bubba, just want to say love you, brother. From an one NASCAR
Bubba.
fan to a driver. Believe me, I've seen a lot of good ones. And you're going to get yours someday, so keep digging.
All right, so digging, moving forward. We're trying to, this whole thing is just a little bit of parable there on just kind of let's all move forward. Petty taught Doc here that's, a lot of NASCAR fans, people just that, the underdogs can win and all these things and just keep pushing, keep moving forward. And that's hopefully, a lot of stuff that we're dealing with today. Everybody's worried about the race, and we're just we got to keep moving forward, figure out how to get ahead.
Not just the race, but we all need to have this thing called a oneness. We all need to be a oneness.
Absolutely.
We're no different than anybody else, no matter what. So just that's food for thought.
Well, we're going to probably wrap this one up here. We had the NASCAR version here. Start off talking about these historic places here around Pawhuska. Selling these some of these first cars and all this uniqueness. We got unique car shows that are around us. That Scheidler and Bartlesville's got cool stuff. We got a lot of really neat pieces to that. We even have Model T cars driving down the streets here in Pawhuska.
We even got the guy that used to live here, the first guy to go 200 miles an hour in a funny car in the 60s.
In a funny car.
$4 to anybody.
All right, we'll do another episode where we'll do some kind of funny car.
That's another deal. That's just one of those things.
It sounds like a...
Be surprised who's here in town.
Is that one of George's kids? Or? Anyway, we'll catch that up on another one.
We'll get into that later.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. And again, we're just kind of chilling out here with just the hill to our back and a nice breeze, and just want to share time with our family and friends. And here we are at the historic Whiting Hotel. We got some isolated location, a balcony we can just kind of chill on and try to go by the new rules of how we need to socialize.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Guys, thank you for tuning in, and just appreciate you. Stay safe out there and just be smart. You mind hitting that finish button there, Doc? Thank you, guys.